moved to New York City. I had been a theater major and I was working at makeup counters, skincare, hair care, body care, all the things. And that's how I got into beauty. Like February of 2011, I got home from a gig. I wasn't happy in my job. And I really got quiet and really was searching for purpose and how I could be useful and feel really good about what I was doing every day and feel like my talents were being utilized because they didn't feel like they were. And this little seed got planted to create a beauty line. And I was like, nope, because it's so overwhelming. That felt scary, super exciting, but also like super scary. So I was like, no thanks. But the idea kept coming to me. And so I listened. To make things more challenging, my husband lost his job in the middle of this like planning, listening phase. But that didn't deter me. It still felt like the right thing to do. And so in November of 2011, I launched Erin's Faces in my friend's apartment building in her party room. And that's where it started. I had no idea what I was doing. I did not know how to run a business. I did not know how to build an e-commerce website. And I messed everything up. Like every way you could mess something up, I messed it up. The first item that I started with was brushes. And I knew I was on the right path when I sold brushes to some of my clients. And they were so excited and they loved them so much. I can do this. I can build this. And it was like a confidence boost. I want you to skip to the front of the line. Like that's the intention of building this roadmap, is things are going to happen to you that I can't keep from happening to you, but to give you systems and processes and that can help you walk through them confidently, because you're going to be so much better informed than I was when I started my brand. I didn't know anything about running a business, literally nothing. This is to help you get ahead of someone like me who didn't know what they were doing. It's designed to save you money, time, and nights crying on your bathroom floor if you happen to do that kind of thing when you feel overwhelmed. I started Erin's Faces in our 800 or 900 square foot apartment in Queens that we rented. I filled everything in our galley kitchen. Everything then went and lived on an IKEA shelf in our second bedroom. And if you came and stayed in that bedroom, welcome, please stay with me. Don't touch the stuff. And that's how it started. And now we're in a very different place. So things are possible. The concept for this roadmap, this course, this blueprint has been coming to me for about 3 years. And shortly after that, I started coaching small business clients. And that's when I knew, I was like, oh, you have to do this, because the work I was doing with them was changing their business for the better. And so I was like, we have to bring this to more people. So what are we talking about? What's happening? So it's 5 modules. The first module is about getting centered. And we give you a tour of Erin's Faces, show you all the things. I used to be very interested in like what shelves people had. So like we're gonna show you all the stuff behind the scenes. But then we're gonna go through what's like the backbone of your business, your why. Why are you doing it? What's your mission? What's gonna set you apart from everybody else? Because that's what everybody's gonna ask you. A lot of goal setting. There's a lot of dreaming in this module. I love this module because it's very dreamy. And how do you do it? How do you handle the money? How do you handle the balance? How do you handle all of the things that are coming in and making it harder on you? We talk about all of that while dreaming. Module number 2 is a product deep dive, and we have the most massive list of all the products you could possibly think about doing. We have a super frank discussion about DIY versus private label versus contract manufacturing, pros and cons to each, because I've done all of it. So we're gonna talk about it in detail. We're going to talk about branding. We're going to talk about packaging, like your literal packaging, things, nuts and bolts that are involved with that, and pricing. How do you price your product? It is so important. Module 3 is online sales channels and logistics. I want you to have a really strong e-commerce website, right? So we're gonna get into that and talk about every little piece of it, all of the experiences on your e-commerce platform. We're gonna show you literally in real time what happens. How do we process an order at Erin's Faces? What happens at the computer? What happens when we get the packing slip out on the table? How do we put them on the table? How do we pull the product? How do we pack the product? What shipping materials do we use? Like everything, I'm gonna show you everything and teach you how we do it. This is the stuff I wish I had when I was learning. It has made us so much more efficient, so many less errors. Like it's literally transformative. It was for our business. We're gonna talk about customer service, and then we're gonna also cover other platforms, online social media platforms, Amazon, wholesale, and more. Module 4, business and planning. So this is the spreadsheetiest of all the modules. These are gonna just pop right into your business and save you time and money, because I'm into saving time and money. I'm also very into profitability and sustainability, and we're gonna talk about that. We have been very fortunate and have been profitable every year that Erin Spaces has been around. And I want to share what we do in an effort to have that. Because I don't want you to go into debt for this. And if you do, I want you to have a plan so that you can get out of it. There's also a lot of general business information in here if you don't have a business background, because I did not. So this is also information about that will be helpful to you if you're like, I don't know, I've never run a business before. We're gonna talk about it. There are annual, monthly, and weekly tasks that can make your life easier as a business owner. And so we're going to talk through all of them. For instance, forecasting inventory. How do you do it when you've never done it before and you don't really know what you're doing and you don't have the software to do it and you can't pay for the software because you aren't making a lot of money yet? I understand that. So we're going to go through all of those things. 5th module is I'm excited about this one because I get asked this question of so many small business owners. How do I sell without feeling gross or without feeling slimy or icky or how do I do this? And so I feel very strongly about this. And so we're going to talk about that particular set. How to build or grow your audience. If you don't have one, we're going to talk about how do you find one. And if you do have one, we're going to talk about how can we expand it? How can we grow it? And there's tons of ideas in this of videos. Social media and email marketing, both of those having intention. We're going to tell you how we do it. We pull back the curtain on everything. Then there is a bonus module that everybody gets that I'm so excited for. And this is where I've interviewed some of my friends who are also brand founders of beauty brands. And I wanted to talk to people who were doing things a little bit differently than I was. They might be a candle company, or they might be primarily in wholesale, or they have a really strong arm on Amazon, or they have a service arm, they have a salon, something like that. So I wanted to give you an interview where I'm grilling them, asking them all the questions that I thought you'd want to know. And they're so honest and they're so good. And I can't wait for you to hear them. And some of them, we get a little tour of their space. So you can see other spaces of real working people doing the thing that you are doing or that you want to be doing. So that's a really fun bonus that I'm really excited about. And I know you're gonna love it. There's also an excellent set of worksheets that are going to be available for you so you can take notes, you can fill things out. We're going to have charts, like you name it, journal pages, like it's happening. I've got you. I am a paper kind of girl. There's also downloads, like it's all happening. Okay. And each week I'll take questions from y'all, students who are enrolled in the course on the module that we just went through together. Timeline wise, you can go through this with me, or you can do it at your own pace. You can always go back to it because you have lifetime access. Whether you're making soaps for your friends and your family, or you have a brand and you're popping up at local markets, or you have a salon and spa and you want to create your own line and sell it, this is for you. I created this for you. The intention is to help you map this out so you're not alone, so you have a roadmap to help guide you so that you can be successful. That's what I want. I want you to have a flourishing business that is like everywhere, as big or as small as you want it to be, but I want you to be in control of it and not feel overwhelmed, right? Because it can feel overwhelming really, really easily. There's a dream that's inside of you, and I know that it is because it was inside of me too. When I had the little seed planted to create what became Erin's Faces. And it has blessed me in so many ways. I can't even start to tell you. And I want you to have that too. I want you to have your dream. But we need a plan to make it happen. It's very nice to stay in module 1 and just dream and hope and wonder, but we got to actually get into 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and make it a reality and do the thing. But you need that dream. You've got to have it. Otherwise, you're not going to sustain yourself through all of the other things. That's why we start with that. But there has to be action and there has to be steps, and you don't have to do it alone. I did it alone. And that's why I created this course, because it's very hard to do it alone. And I don't want you to, and you don't have to. So that's why I created this. And I want you to have your dream. Whether it's with this course or on your own, I know that you can do it. And if you come and do it with me, I'm so excited to see you on your journey.